Guess who's back again. Hello everybody. Today is the 20th of November. I've been AWOL since the 1st of October. So it's been nearly 2 months. It has been 2 months since I uploaded a weekly video. In the meantime, you'll have seen what I've been up to, if you follow us on the Facebook page or Instagram or even just on YouTube. So I've been popping on a few things every now and then just to let you know how I am. I'm planning on getting back in action, getting sorted out. Weekly videos start from this week, so I'll be getting back into action. There's still plenty to be done. The other Dean's going to tell you what I have been doing down the plot, because it's been an awful day today, so I'm staying at home. Not feeling too clever, to be quite honest with yourself, but that's just because I've been working really hard. So that's pretty much what I've been doing in my downtime. I've been trying to do as much overtime as I can, just so for Christmas and things like that, and so I can keep the shed going, basically. I'll take you down in the shed, I'll show you what I'm going to be doing today, and then Dean will tell you what's been going on. So welcome into this grow shed. There's been lots of movement in here, and there's going to be different things I'm going to get sorted out today. As you can see, full of greenery in here. It's the most leeks I've ever grown through the winter. I was in contact with a company called Spider Farmer, who have been kind enough to provide me with a light to try. So this SF 1000. These have been ticking over this bench here in replace of the T5 grow light that I've got, and I've got the two 8 bulb T5 4 foot by 2 foot T5s in here, and as you can see, I've got leeks all the way across here. And this one here, I've got all sorts. I've got coleus, I've got onions in here ready to be potted up. In fact, that's all I've got under here is basically onions. On the top here, on top of the light, try and use a bit of the heat that's coming up from bottom heat. I've got some onions set away there as well. So I'm just going to bring this down and show you around, show you what's going on, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do today. So as you can see, there is an absolute ton of stuff going on in here. So starting out with these Billy Lamb onions. These are the heavies from Pips. As you can see, they are getting very big. In fact, I raised this light up twice now. The root systems are right at the bottom now, as you can see, right there. So they're all ready to be potted up, so I've got them to pot up. I've got the Joe Mackenzie Cumbrians to pot up as well. These big boys. So they're doing really well. Starting to come out the bottom. Nice thick root. I've also got, these are John's. Mr. Bumps, leeks, some Betty Blacks there from. I've got Cumbrians here. So I've got all these Cumbrians to choose from. I've got my Yorkshire Giants there, like all of Paul Rochester. I've got the Yorkshire Giants at the back there. That were the Pips. We've got 40 Betty Blacks, which aren't ready to be potted up yet, but I potted them up on the 13th of the 11th. And as you can see, the roots are starting to come out the bottom there, all right. So there's still plenty of time for them to go on yet. Of course, I'm using these mushroom trays with compost bags for watering from the bottom. These are the earlier sown, the earlier potted on Cumbrians, and these are all ready to be potted up as well. As you can see, the roots are all coming out to the bottom there, so it should be good to see. I've got them ones at the back which are potted up even earlier. They'll look a lot better when I've cleared them out and picked the ones that I want. These are the GSN that I got off Joe Mackenzie as well. They're doing fine as well. And I've got some more Cumbrians that's been potted up in a later stage there. I threw some coleus in, some coleus rainbow mix seeds in there. There for Cumbrians. Got something else I want to grow this year, and they're coming on fine. I've got plenty of seeds to go off there. The onions in the back here, different stages, different settings, different seed. Heavy, I've got quality on the go there. Yeah, I've got quality pips from my own saved seed as well. These are the pips that I started off on the, when was it? The 11th of October. These are for quality, so we'll see how they get on. And these are the Kelsey that I got from Pete's back garden. The Cornish giant cabbage here. They're ready to be potted up as well. A bit leggy, but I've just had them on the bottom heat basically, so they need to be put into the greenhouse to slow themselves down. But main job today is to get everything potted up that needs to be potted up. So as you can see, it's really full in here, and soon I'm going to have to make some space, so it's going to be a lot of things going on. But in the meantime, I'm going to pass you over to Dean, who's been down at the allotment, and he'll tell you what he's been doing down there, what we've managed to get sorted out, and the changes and the plans that we've made. So I'll catch you in a bit, and we'll get some fast forward action going on with his potting on. Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm just doing a quick show around of how things are at the minute. Of course, you'll see this from next month, so this is where I'm getting things at the minute. I'm quite excited to show you inside the greenhouse, but I'll also show you what's happening back here as well. We'll keep the greenhouse till afterwards. I've just got the fire on there. In the middle polytunnel here, I'm getting all my wood sorted out, thanks to John, Mr. Bump. I've also getting the spring cabbage in to the leek beds. So nice little catch crop. Come January, February, I can take them out, and then I can start preparing the bed for the leeks. Same with this one on this side, soon, because all that wood will be used over the course of the winter. At the back there as well, I had to tidy up in here, and at the back I put the grapevine that I got from Dave's allotment. It's actually planted outside and it's coming inside. So the plan with that is to have it running up the top here and coming across the top. I don't know whether I put it down the sides or not, but time will tell. Let's have a look outside and see what's happening. My stock for the mini chrysanthemums, these are the bronze ones. These are the ones that look really nice. So I'm pleased I managed to get them in, and I can get the stock ready to go for next year. I've got a bit of tidying up to do around this section, but like I say, it's an ongoing process. These have already seen the elephant garlic and the onions. That's all sorted in there. But if I turn around here, this is one of the big things which I've started doing as well. I've started building a new polytunnel. So where the marrow bed was, I moved all of that. As you can see as well, I've lifted all of the those pallet collars up that the cabbages were in, because I'll show you why in a second. And also I've got all of these which were paths previously, and so are these ones. What I've done at the side here, so I can get in and out of this side for both of the polytunnels, I've double pathed it up there. And I'm not going to have the polytunnel all the way at the end like that one. This one's going to come back a little bit, but there's enough space on here in order to have 3 beds on the inside. So I'll calculate I can get around 25 leeks in here altogether, with plenty of space in between. So it's an ongoing thing. Hopefully I get it sorted by May. But a lot of work's went into that so far. The other big change that I've done is this. I've changed 4 of the smaller beds into one massive bed, and I've dug out all of as much as I can of the railway jack, mare's tail, horse tail, whatever you want to call it, as much as I can, and I've just layered it with hen pellets over the top. I will be putting some green manure in very shortly, which will be the grazing rye, mustard, and also the field beans. So when the time comes, I can chop that down and let it grow again, and then come springtime I can chop it all down before flowering and dig it all in. Other than that, at the minute in this garden, nothing else is going on. I've got to get this sorted out, so I can clear all this out, put the bench back in here. I've got my fire to come back in here again, and I can bubble wrap it if I need be. This can be a spares sort of thing, so I've got the bubble wrap in here for already. And into this onion house, an absolute mess. It's to be had, but this does keep flooding. I'm going to think about something to do with that. But I do have the rest of the spring cabbage in here. As you can see, one of them's been battered by something. Never mind, same with this one, probably pigeons or something. I might have to shut the door. But also I've had a bit of a problem with the roof, because the winds have taken it off. But I wasn't really fussed with the roof, to be quite honest, because I'll be taking the roof off in order to put some polytunnel cover over the top. So I'm not really fussed about that. In here, once them spring cabbage come out, what I'll be doing is I'll just stick that up there so it's not in the wet. Once this has all been done in here, I'll be feeding it. I'll be sorting that out. Once the roof's been sorted, I'll be sorting the feed out. Once pull all these up in January, giving the beds a good feed, then I can get things prepared for in here for May time, April, May time, for planting out of the onions. Let us take you outside and I'll show you what else I've got. Just like me stock for the mini chrysanthemums, I've got Elizabeth put these in. It was lovely when she did it. She's done a fantastic job, as you can see here, because I've got the yellow ones are already in full bloom there. They're looking delightful. So all of these are basically from a couple of plants. It's amazing what you can achieve in a couple of years. I've got these ones, which are the pink ones, I believe. These ones are the pink ones. And then I've got the bronze ones at the bottom as well. So these are my stock plants for the mini chrysanthemums. But on top of that as well, the plan is to have marrows in there, leeks in there, cabbage in here, cabbage in here, carrot in there, and stump carrots in here. Then I can mess about with these beds if I want and put beetroot and stuff in. So I've got lots of plants still on the go at the minute. I'll take you into the greenhouse now and I'll show you where the majority of the work has been taking place. Now, a lot of you will remember, if you've watched us for a while, me and this fire have not been best of friends. I've had 3 attempts to try and get pipe work all in and get pipe work sorted just for one length down that section there. Been successful. It's been temporary for temporary measure, but this time around I wanted to get something more stable and more sorted. So me and John got this section bit sorted out. We've also got the tank sorted out as well. Well, in the meantime, what I've done, I've actually just finished part of it today. I've gotten the 2 lots of pipe work on. It's underneath the benches there. It goes all the way around, all the way to the side here and into the tank. Now the top pipe raises up, it goes from the fire, goes up and into the tank, and the bottom pipe runs down from the fire, from the tank all the way down and back into the fire. And this will just thermocycle around all the way through, and these pipes are hot to touch. And if I can see in here, see if I can see the water going around. You can see that it is warm, it's hot. Can't really make out, but the water is moving there. The steam, if there is any, goes through this pipe and straight outside, so I don't have any problems with the steam like I did last time round. Once again, thanks very much Kevin Hegarty for that. I've just finished off this today. Now the benches at the back were too high up, because when I put the plants on, they were touching the roof very quickly. So as you can see, that's the height of the old bench, and I've taken it down a good 6 inches, like 4 to 6 inches. So that it's waist height now. I'll be able to get all the plants on, and I've also put like a little skirt around as well, because you can see how far the pipe works off to the bottom of the bench now. So there'll be plenty of opportunities for heat to come up to the bench, so I'll have like a heat bench as well. And so far today I've had it on all day, and the maximum temperature has been 30.3, and the current temperature, it's now 3:30, it's currently 16 degrees, and the fire's just ticking along slowly. I've not had to put any wood or anything on it, so at the minute I'm happy. I do have a couple of drips, but I'm not really bothered about the drips. But there we go, fire in. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. My inspiration come from Paul Rochester and also my granddad Dave as well. I'm at a better stage than I was last year and the year before. Things are improving and carrying on as time goes on. I will get there. That is a big thing I want to get sorted out. But the plan is, once the leaks and everything are finished at home, what I'll do is I'll bring them down here. I'll have a warm enough environment to have these on. I've even got heat benches as well, which I will have to go further plans for these as well. Might just keep it to the back bench for the time being, but I've got further plans with them as well. So that's a quick update, and like I say, you'll see his modern times and I'll show you what else I'm getting up to on that day. Well then, there we go. That's what I've been able to get sorted out so far. So new plans, I've got a new tunnel to put up. I'm putting it up where the marrow bed was. And of course, everything else as well, the massive new marrow bed that I've created as well. Still a lot of work to be done, but I'll get on with it when I can. The fire is the biggest thing that I want to get sorted out before January. I'm pleased I managed to lower them benches as well. I've got a few things to finish off with the fire, but no more problems with the fire. I've got to get some heavy duty clips. The ones that I bought weren't large enough, the hose clips, so I bought some more heavy duty ones from the plumbing centre, and I'll get them tightened up so there's no problems. But at the minute, nothing an egg wouldn't sort out. Right, so into the greenhouse at home here. It is really cold. I'm going to get all my pots and everything. I've got a few here I've already prepared from earlier, so I want to get them, and I want to get these onions potted up. I've got 3 different varieties here. I've got Peter Glazebrook Heavy, I've got my own saved seed from the B head and own saved seed from the A head. The A and B ones should be exactly the same onion. So I'm going to get cracked on, get these potted on, and then I've got leeks and other large onions to pot up as well. So time lapse time and see how much I can get sorted. So another thing that I'll be using this year as well when I'm potting on everything is something called TNT Mycore Max. Now this is Mycore, mycorrhizal fungi, or whatever you want to call it Mycore for the purpose of it. I've gotten this from Amazon just for the just so I can get it quick and I get next day delivery. You can get it elsewhere as well. I'll be putting this a little bit in each hole here, and direct onto the roots onto the other plants as well, so it helps stimulate the plants themselves, the roots, sorry. Now it's very important not to water from the tap unless you've had the water sitting for longer than 24 hours, because the chlorine in the water can kill the mycorrhizal. This stuff's alive, all right? So if you hit it with chlorine, it'll die, so it's been pointless putting it in. So I'm going to get cracked on and put these in. When it comes to separating onions, what I want to do is I want to make sure that the pot is dry, not overly dry, because you don't want to keep these, you don't want to keep them a little bit moist, but for the purposes of potting on, I want it to be dry so that when I tip them out, all I need to do, lay them flat, and I can just lift them up, give them a shake, and there we are. There's a little bit of compost on there, but doesn't really make a difference if it's stuck to one another. Just be gentle with the roots, and there we go. Lots of little onion seedlings ready to be potted on. So top tip again for yourselves. So these are the own saved seed here, and they're going to go into the pots. Another little top tip: if you get some water, so I've got a little bit of water here, and once I've separated the onions from that pot, of course we've got lots of good root on there. So because if you try and put them in like that, it's a bit of a nightmare trying to fit them in the hole. What I do is swirl it around in the water a little bit. What that does, that creates a nice and straight, so you can't see there really, nice and straight, so that I can just sink it straight into the hole. Give it a bit of a twist just so that the roots go down into the pot, and there you go. Now you should only have to do this on the first initial potting on stage, because the other times you'll just be potting on the whole pot in any case. So I'm going to get cracked on and get the rest of these done now. That's them potted up. So they're my own saved seed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark on when I potted them up, because I know that this will last around about 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks for the compost, for the feed, and then I'll pot them up again after that. So just keep an eye on everything as well. I've still got these heavy onions to pot up, which I will be potting into single pots like them ones, like basically the same size they're in. Then from there I will be making some more of these holders. So I'll have to do that possibly tonight, locate the other ones. Right, so once that's done, I've got the big boys to pot up. Okay, moving on to the heavy onions. So these are the heavy onions, the billy lamb pips, Mixed reviews regards to pips and seed. A lot of people would rather go from seed, but I want to give these pips a go and keep them going. Of course, time to pot them up, and we'll see what they're like in due course. Right, going to pop these back up again and get these potted on. Well, that's done. That's the heavy onions potted up as well. So what have I got next to do here? I've got the big ones to pot up. And I've got the cumberings to start off. So still plenty to do. So best get cracking. So potting on the which ones were these? These were the quality onions, the pips that I started off on the 11th of the 10th. As you can see there, they've been really nice and healthy, nice and tall. Didn't really need much support, but the one thing I have been using is this clear pots. And the clear pots, you give a good indication exactly what the root system's like. It's a system, and as you can see there, it's a really good root system on there. So I'm going to be cracking on getting these potted up. I'm potting them into the pine pots now. You can see I've already done a couple here. So these will be getting potted up and put back under the lights. Right, well, that's all the potting on done that I'm going to be able to get done today. I've run out of compost, so I'm going to have to wait until the weekend to get some more. I've already put the spare cumberings that I've got on for sale. So I'll be getting, hopefully they'll be going soon so I can get more space in there, because as you can see, I am still absolutely full to the brim here. So I need to get rid of some stock before I can pot up any further. These are my cumberings here. I've got over 40, so there's more than enough there for me. So I've got John some, I've got some other people some as well, and the rest are going to be for sale. I'll tell you when I show what I've done very quickly, then we'll say our goodbyes for the day. Yeah, just a quick potting on day for me today. Lots of things to do. I'll be down at the plot on Sunday. We'll get that fire lit for the first time, and then we'll see what else we can get sorted. But it's nice and slowly, gently getting back into the swing of things. So I'll catch you all on Sunday. Right, Sunday morning. It's freezing cold this morning down the plot. I've got a couple of people coming down to pick some leeks up. I'll show you the leeks in a second actually. I'm going to get this fire on and see how long it takes for it to heat the pipes and everything up. It's a trial run, and see what else I can get sorted out this morning. So let's get this fire roaring. Right, that's the fire on. Got some wood burning at the minute, nice and warm. That's it on there. Pipe works on. It's been on for about half an hour now, and that's warm there. That's nice and hot. Champion. Looks like I've got some steam coming out of there, which is good stuff as well. So I'm going to shut this door, get some wood chopped up just for the time being. There's them leeks at the back there, ready to go. I've got them all going to one person, and they're going to another chap as well. So I'm going to pop down in the middle greenhouse and do a bit of tidying up. I can't really see because the sun's so low in the sky, but I have sowed the other day, last time I was down, just to check on things, I did sow some field beans into the ground, and I have been stepping on them as I've been going across. So just wait for them to germinate. And this whole area should be covered, sorry for the sun, this whole area should be covered in field beans, ready for the green manure to chop back in again. As Dean mentioned earlier on in the video, I planted some elephant garlic in here and also some onions, and I've just noticed there, elephant garlic is starting to show up. So that's one of the first sproutlings I've seen. And also, if we have a look at the garlic, so the onions, sorry. Onions are coming up fantastic as well. So we'll see what happens with them as well. Woo! Always net them up. Right, let's get into that greenhouse and see what needs to be sorted. Right, I'm getting the big 40 litre air pots out. I've got 5 of them. I know there's only 4 there, but there's actually 1 down there as well. I've got my bench ready to go back in again. I just need to get my drill so I can screw it to the sides. Then I'll have my other bench in here as well. Then all I need to do is get set with the bubble wrap to bubble wrap the inside, for January, February time coming through, so I can get all prepared for the leaks coming in, because I'll be getting my heater in here in a gas bottle and keeping this nice and warm for them as well. So gotta get that in. Well, it's around about that time of day. It's lunchtime. I've had a couple of hours down here just ticking along. I've cleared some beds out as well. Temperature in here, the greenhouse is, with the sunshine as well, is sitting at, I'll just turn you around 2 seconds. Maximum's 27.5, and that's what it is at the minute. Let's have a look. Yeah, 25.5 is that at the minute, and that's with the lights and also the heat on as well. It's really warm in here. It's great. Deem that to be a success. I need to get some hose clips to tighten them up, of course. But also the leaks that I've had here, the lads have come down and picked them up, so I've got none left. That's great. But also William was kind enough to leave me with a Yorkshire Giant to put back for seed. So thanks very much for that. I'll put that in when I get back home. I'll get some compost and stuff sorted out, and I'll put some in there for next year. So thanks very much for that. Well, at the minute, that's me sorted for this week. Like I say, nice and easy. Just quick show you around, see how things have been going on. Just show you fire, it's all working, happy days. So slowly getting back into things. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for subscribing. He's been missed. I know he's missed me because I keep getting messages saying when you're coming back. Well, here we go. Let's keep this run going and see what we can get sorted out for coming into January and things. So see you all next week. What you are doing, take care. See ya.